Hi everyone, my name is Sylvester and I'm here to guide you through the incredible world of anatomy and physiology. Today this video is going to be lesson 2 of our series on anatomy and physiology. My goal is to make complex concepts very simple, engaging and accessible to everyone. In this lesson, we'll be concentrating on various body systems, prefixes and suffixes in human anatomy and physiology. We'll be looking at anatomical position, anatomical planes, directional terms in human anatomy and physiology, abdominal quadrants, and then the 9 abdominal regions in the body. We would also look at human body cavities, and lastly we will look at the major body cavities and their associated fluids within these body cavities. The human body systems. Now, the human body is basically composed of several interconnected systems that actually work together to maintain health, support growth, and respond to environmental changes. Now, each system has specific organs and functions that actually contribute to the body's overall operation. So we have several systems, operational systems in the body. And you see, these systems are made up of consist of organs that basically come together to perform a specific function or to undergo a certain operation in the body. So in anatomy and physiology, we are basically going to concentrate on these systems. By the time we are done with anatomy and physiology course or training, we will be going through these systems that we are going to look at. So the systems in the body, we have the skeletal system, we have the muscular system, we have the integumentary system, the cardiovascular system, the respiratory system, digestive system, urinary system, nervous system, endocrine system, lymphatic system, immune system, reproductive system. So these are the various systems that we have in the human body. So for example, the skeletal system is basically made up of what? Bones, cartilages, ligaments, and then joints. Bones, cartilages, ligaments, and then joints. So the functions of the skeletal system, the overall function of the skeletal system is basically to provide structure and support, protect organs, and facilitate movement of muscles and stores minerals. So these are basically the functions of the skeletal systems. Consist of bones. These are the organs of these systems: the bones, cartilages, ligaments, and joints. These organs actually come together to ensure the overall operation of the skeletal system. So you can see the human skeleton, a diagram of the human skeleton over here. The muscular system. So with the muscular system also allows for movement. Maintains posture. It helps you to maintain posture, produces heat, and then controls body openings. So for you to be able to even open your mouth, you need the muscular system in operation. For you to be able to lift your hand, you need the muscular system in operation. So the organs of the muscular system, we have the skeletal muscles, we have smooth muscles, we have cardiac muscles. These are the organs that come together to ensure smooth operation of the muscular system. Now, integumentary system. If you say integumentary system, more commonly the organ that comes to mind is the skin. Integumentary system, the skin. But we have other organs like the hair, the nails, and then the sweat glands. These are all organs of the integumentary system. The skin, Okay, so the hair, you can see the hair over here, the nails, the sweat glands. These all forms part of the integumentary system. Basically, the function of the integumentary system is to protect your body, because the skin is an organ, is the largest organ in the body. It covers the entire outer structure of the human body. Okay, it protects the body, it prevents microorganisms from entering the body. Okay, it's like the barrier between the internal body structures and the external environment. Okay, good. So the function of the integumentary system is to protect the body, regulate the body temperature, and provide sensory information. Okay, good. We have the cardiovascular system. Okay, and we all know the cardiovascular system. The organs of the cardiovascular system, the chief of these organs, we have the heart, and then we have the blood vessels. The blood vessels, we have the arteries, which are the red ones. We have the veins, which are the blue ones. And we have much smaller ones, which are engaged in exchange of gases and then nutrients, which are the capillaries. Okay, even the arteries, we have smaller ones, which are the arterioles. The veins, we have smaller ones, which are the venules. Now, with the functions of the cardiovascular system, okay, it helps to circulate blood, supplies oxygen and nutrients, and then remove waste products. These are the functions of the cardiovascular system. Okay, the functions of the cardiovascular system to help to circulate blood circulation through the body, supplying oxygen and nutrients, and then also removing waste products from your body. These are the functions of the cardiovascular system. Okay, now respiratory system. The respiratory system is made up of the two lungs, the left lung and the right lung. Okay, we have the trachea, the bronchia, the bronchioles, okay, the diaphragm. Okay, and the functions of the respiratory system is to bring oxygen into the body and expel carbon dioxide from the body. These are the functions of the respiratory system. Now, the digestive system. What are the organs? Some of the organs of the digestive system. We have the esophagus, the mouth. We have the esophagus. We have the stomach. We have the intestines, the large intestines, the small intestines. We have the liver. We have the pancreas, the gallbladder. Okay, good. So these are some of the organs of the digestive system. There are more, but these are some few organs of the digestive system. Now, the function of the digestive system is to break down food, absorb nutrients, and then eliminate waste from the tract. These are the functions of the digestive system. The urinary system, basically the organs of the urinary system, we have the kidneys, we have the ureters, we have the bladder, and then we have the urethra. The functions of the urinary system is to filter blood, remove waste, balances fluids, and then electrolytes in the body. Okay, so the basic function of the urinary system is to filter blood, remove waste, balance fluids, and electrolytes from the body. The nervous system. What are the organs of the nervous system? We have the brain, the spinal cord, the peripheral nerves. The brain, the spinal cord, and then the peripheral nerves. Okay, these are the organs of the nervous system. Okay, so the functions of the nervous system actually controls body activities. Okay, processes sensory inputs and enables thoughts and memory. Okay, so these are the functions of the nervous system. Okay, so the organs in the nervous system, we have the brain, we have the spinal cord, and then the peripheral nerves. So anytime you see these organs in anatomy and physiology, know that they fall under the nervous system, the brain, the spinal cord, and then the peripheral nerves. Okay, the functions of these organs all together is to help control body activities, process sensory inputs, and enables thoughts and memory. Okay, go the endocrine system. The endocrine system. The organs of the endocrine system. These are some organs of the endocrine system. We have the pituitary glands, the thyroid gland, the adrenal gland, the pancreas, and there are more. The functions of these endocrine system, the functions of these organs altogether is to produce hormones, and these hormones basically help to regulate growth, metabolism, and reproduction. Okay, so basically these are the functions of the endocrine system. So when all these organs actually come together, their operations would at the end of the day help to regulate growth, metabolism, and reproduction in the body. The lymphatic and immune system. Immune system, when you hear immune system, basically what comes to mind? Immune is protection, defense. Okay, defense. These guys are like military men and policemen. Okay, so the organs of the lymphatic and immune system, we have the lymph nodes, the spleen, the thymus, the white blood cells. The functions of these lymphatic and immune system is defense against infection, remove excess fluids, and absorb fats in the body. These are the functions of the lymphatic and immune system. Now, the reproductive system. The organs of the reproductive system, we have the male organs of reproductive system and we have female organs of reproductive system. They are different. Okay, so for the male organs of the reproductive system, we have the testes, we have the prostate, and we have the penis. With the female organs of the reproductive system, we have the ovaries, we have the uterus, we have the fallopian tubes, we have the vagina. Now, the functions of the reproductive system basically is produces reproductive cells, support fertilization, and in females, and nurtures fetal development. These are the basic functions of the reproductive system. Now, as we advance on, we are going to go through these systems one after the other, and we will look at much more details, much more functions of these systems. Okay, good. Now, these are some organs that we have in the human body, and in fact, by the time we are done with this lesson or training on anatomy and physiology, we might have gone through all these organs and the various mechanisms or the various processes that they go through in order for them to perform their operations. Okay, so the main organs in the human body. Okay, so in studying anatomy and physiology, we'll be studying all these organs. Okay, so the first one, we have the heart, we have the lungs, we have the brain, we have the liver, we have the kidneys, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine or the colon, the esophagus, the pancreas, the gallbladder, the spleen, the bladder, which is the urinary bladder, the urethra, the ureters, the trachea, the bronchi, the diaphragm, the ovaries for the females, the fallopian tubes for females, the uterus for females, the cervix in females, vagina in females, testes in males, epididymis in males, vas deferens in males, seminal vesicles in males, prostate gland in males, tonsils, penis in males, thyroid gland, the parathyroid glands, the adrenal glands, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the hypothalamus, the skin, the hair, the nails, the eyes, the ears, the tongue, the teeth, the salivary gland, the lymph nodes, the thymus, the bone marrow, and then the appendix. So these are some organs in the human body that by the time we are done with this training on anatomy and physiology, we might have covered all these main organs in the human body. Okay, good. Now we would go straight and look at prefixes and suffixes in human anatomy and physiology. Prefixes and suffixes in human anatomy and physiology. Now, prefixes and suffixes are very important. Okay, before you begin studying anatomy and physiology, it's very good that you have an idea of all the prefixes and suffixes in human anatomy and physiology. Now, with the prefixes, they are unique, they are unique words that if they begin a certain word in anatomy, they give you a certain meaning, okay, or they guide you in sort of relating to what that term actually means. The suffixes would usually be at the end of certain words, and once they are at the end of certain words, they grant you, or they enable you to understand the meaning of that word. Okay, good. So let's look at some of the prefixes that indicate location. We have some prefixes that indicate location. We have prefixes that indicate quantity or size. We have prefixes that indicate time or speed. Okay, we have prefixes that indicate relationship to body parts or regions. Okay, so we have a lot of prefixes and suffixes. Okay, so we'll be looking at some of these prefixes and suffixes. Now, we have up. If you see this up beginning any word in anatomy and physiology, this AB means away from. Away from. Okay, for example, abduction. Abduction. Abduction actually means movement away from the midline. Okay, movement away from the midline. Abduction. So the moment you see this AB, okay, AB, it means it's a prefix that means away from. Away from. Okay, it's a prefix that actually means away from. Good. AD, at, toward, it means towards. Example, adduction. Adduction, movement towards the midline. Movement towards the midline. Sub, S-U-B, sub. Sub means under or below. So when you see a word like subcutaneous, cutaneous, we are referring to the skin. So anywhere you see cutaneous, the reference is to the skin. But when you see sub coming in front of any word in anatomy, it means that thing is below or under or beneath. So for example, subcutaneous, meaning under the skin. Okay, or underneath the skin. Subcutaneous, under the skin or underneath the skin. Okay, epi. Epi means on. Okay, so when you see epi, it means on or upon. Example, epidermis. Epidermis means the outer layer of the skin. Okay, the outer layer of the skin. Epidermis. So once you see dermis means skin. So once you see epidermis meaning on or surface, so it means the outer layer of the skin, the outermost layer of the skin. Epi. So when you see this epi in front, coming in front of any word in anatomy, it means that it is at the outer layer of that very organ. Epidermis meaning outer layer of the skin. Peri. Peri means around. So when you see a word like pericardium, cardium refers to the heart. Okay, cardia or cardio meaning reference to the heart. Peri means around, meaning, so if you see pericardium meaning around the heart. Around the heart. Pericardium. So anywhere you see peri, it means around. Around that structure or organ that it precedes. Around. Now, application of these prefixes indicating location. For example, if you see subdural hematoma, it refers to blood accumulating beneath. Sub means under or below. So if you see a word like subdural hematoma, okay, it means that blood accumulating beneath the dura mater. Okay, so see, subdura meaning under. So blood accumulating under, okay, the dura mater. Okay, so for example, there's a very nice application. Subdural hematoma, which refers to blood accumulating beneath the dura mater, a membrane around the brain. Beneath or under. Okay, good. That is subdural hematoma. Now let's look at some prefixes that indicate quantity or size. We have some prefixes that actually gives you an idea of quantities and size. How big something is, how voluminous a fluid is. Okay, how voluminous or the value of a certain electrolyte in the body. We have prefixes that actually indicates that. So for example, we have hyper. If you hear hyper means in anatomy, if you hear hyper, it means excessive. So for example, hypertension, it means tension in anatomy and physiology refer to it as pressure. Tension can be likened to pressure. Okay, good. So high blood pressure. So when you hear hypertension, it means high blood pressure. Okay, hyper means excessive, something being excessive or high. Hyper, it means that thing is high, that thing is excessive. Okay, example, hypertension. So you see hyper, the hyper starts over here. Okay, so it means high blood pressure. Hypo means deficient or less or low. Hypo meaning something is deficient, is low, is less. Example, hypoglycemia. Okay, hypoglycemia means low blood sugar level. Hyper, if this one we write hyperglycemia, it means high blood sugar level. Okay, poly in anatomy and physiology means many. Example, polyuria meaning frequent urination. If you see poly, it means many. Example is polyuria, frequent urination. Mono in anatomy and physiology as a prefix means one. Mono. So when you hear the word monocyte, it means a type of white blood cell. Monocyte meaning one. Okay, mono means one. Okay, micro means small. So when you see a word like microcephaly, it means small head size. When someone is having in anatomy and physiology, when someone is having a comparatively or relatively small head size, we call that microcephaly. Okay, small head size. Micro. So micro means small. Okay, now applicable example. An example we can have from these prefixes indicating quantity and size is polydipsia. Okay, so polydipsia actually indicates excessive thirst. If you remember very well, we said poly means many. Poly means many. Example, polyuria, frequent urination. So when you see polydipsia, it means excessive thirst. Dipsia means thirst. Poly before dipsia will make it excessive thirst. Okay, and this is often related to diabetes mellitus. Excessive thirst often related to diabetes mellitus. Now, prefixes indicating time or speed. We have prefixes that actually indicates time or speed. Okay, so for example, if you see touchy, anywhere you see touchy, in anatomy and physiology, in medicine, in surgery, touchy means fast. So when you see tachycardia, cardia means the heart. Tachycardia means fast heart rate. So when you see touchy, it means fast. Anywhere you see brady means slow. Example, bradycardia, slow heart rate. Bradycardia. Brady means slow. Bradycardia, slow heart rate. Anywhere you see pre means before. So prenatal, before birth. Natal means birth. Prenatal. Natal is something that is related to birth. Okay, labor. Prenatal, before labor, before birth. Okay, post means after. So when you hear prenatal, pre-operative, it means before operation. Post-operative, after operation. So post means after, pre means before. Prenatal, before birth. Post-operative meaning after surgery. Okay, great. So an applicable example is prenatal care refers to medical care given to a pregnant individual before birth. So when you see prenatal care, it means the medical care that is given to a pregnant individual before birth. That is prenatal care. Okay, so prefixes and suffixes indicating relation to body parts. Okay, we have some prefixes and suffixes that actually indicate relationship to body parts or regions. For example, my or myo. If you see myo or my, it means muscle. Okay, example, myopathy. Myopathy is a disease of the muscle. Okay, pathy means disease. Pathy. This pathy, which is pathy is a suffix. Pathy means disease. Pathy means disease. So when you see myo means muscle. So myopathy, disease of the muscle. Angio. Okay, angio means vessel. Angio means vessel. Angioplasty, meaning surgical repair of blood vessels. Okay, plasty in anatomy and physiology as a suffix, plasty means repair. Plasty, if you see plasty, it means repair. Angio means vessel, so angioplasty, a surgical repair of blood vessels. Okay, good. Rhino, when you see rhino means nose. So myo means muscle, angio means vessel, rhino means nose. Rhino, it means nose. Rhino means nose. So example, rhinoplasty, meaning repairing, surgical reshaping of the nose. I told you that plasty means surgical repair in anatomy and physiology. So rhinoplasty, surgical reshaping of the nose. Now, cysto. Cysto is bladder or sac. So, for example, cystitis. Cyst. If you see cyst, we are referring to bladder, something that is, in relation to the bladder. So, anywhere you see cyst, something that is in relation to the bladder. So, cystitis. Itis, this itis, when this itis ends any word in anatomy, it means there is an inflammation of the prefix or the beginning word. Okay, so cystitis, by virtue of the fact that we have itis, it means inflammation of the bladder. Cyst or cysto means in relation to a bladder or sac. Cystitis means inflammation of the bladder. Good. Masto. Masto means breast. Masto means breast. Okay, so example, mastectomy, surgical removal of the breast tissue. Surgical removal of breast tissue. Hystero, meaning uterus. Hystero, meaning uterus. Okay, so for example, if you see the word hysterectomy, surgical removal of the uterus. Okay, so when you see this word hystero anywhere in anatomy, we are referring to uterus. Okay, masto means breast. Hystero, uterus. Hysterectomy, surgical removal of the uterus. Col or colo. Colo means colon. Okay, colonoscopy, visual examination of the colon. Okay, phlebo means vein. Phlebo. So you see the word phlebotomy. Phlebotomy means puncture of a vein, typical for drawing blood. Okay, we have phlebotomist, someone who is specialized in, puncturing the vein, typically to take blood samples or draw blood. Okay, good. So these are some of the prefixes and suffixes that relate to body parts or body regions. So masto means breast, hystero means uterus, colo means colon, phlebo means vein. Okay, good. Prefixes that actually indicate relation to organs. Prefixes that indicate relation to organs. So cardio. Cardio means heart. Cardio means heart, or cardi means heart, something that is related to the heart. For example, cardiovascular, meaning related to the heart and blood vessels. Vascular as a suffix. Vascular as a suffix means blood vessel. So if you see cardiovascular, meaning something that is related to the heart and then blood vessels. Something that is related to the heart and blood vessels. Gastro means stomach. Gastro means stomach. Gastro means stomach. So for example, if you see gastritis, I told you if anywhere you see itis ending a word, it means inflammation of that very preceding word in terms of organs. So gastritis, inflammation of the stomach. Gastro means gastro means stomach, relating to the stomach. Hepato means relating to the liver. So example, if you see hepatomegaly, if you remember very well, when we were looking at the prefixes and suffixes in relating to quantity and size. We mentioned megaly. Megaly means enlargement. Megaly means enlargement. Okay, megaly means enlargement. So when you see hepatomegaly, enlargement of the liver. Hepatomegaly, enlargement of the liver. Enlargement of the liver. Good. Hepato means something that is related to the liver. Hepato, meaning relating to the liver. Nephro, if you see this word nephro, meaning relating to the kidney. Nephro, meaning relating to the kidney. Okay, so nephrectomy, surgical removal of the kidney. Nephrectomy, surgical removal of the kidney. Pulmono means relating to the lungs. So for example, pulmonary meaning related to the lungs. Okay. Cerebral or encephalo. When you see cerebral or encephalo, meaning something that is related to the brain. For example, encephalitis, inflammation of the brain. So anywhere you see cerebral or encephalo, we are referring to something that is related to the brain. Okay. Arthro means joints. Arthro means joints. For example, arthritis, inflammation of a joint. Okay, so when you see arthro, it means joint. It's relating to a joint. So when you see arthritis, it means that very word is related to joints. It doesn't mean all the time you are going to see itis at the end. Sometimes you may see a different suffix at the end. But what you should know is that once you are seeing this arthro, it means that very word or term is relating to the joint. So over here, you could see the suffix is itis. So it means the joint, inflammation of a joint. Okay. When you see osteo means something that is relating to bones. So osteoporosis. When you see porosis, it means something becoming very weak. Porous. If you say porous, meaning weak. Okay, so osteoporosis, meaning bone becoming very weak. Osteoporosis. Osteo means bone, relating to the bone. Osteoporosis, meaning bone becoming porous. Okay, bone becoming porous. Dermato or dermo means skin, something that relates to the skin. So dermatology, meaning the study of the skin.